Many of you guys have asked what foods to eat with anemia, specifically iron deficient anemia, so let's get into it. There's actually two types of iron that helps, heme and non-heme iron. Heme iron is animal-based, so that's your meat, poultry, and seafood, which is way more absorbable than plant-based iron, which is called non-heme iron, and this includes sources from whole grain, legumes, seeds, nuts, and leafy green vegetables. There's actually so much that you can eat, so it's not just limited to this list, and I'm going to touch on ones that are much higher in iron and some that you might not even know of. So let's start with heme iron, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You've got your beef, your red meats like your lamb and pork. These are sources that are very high in iron, and specifically beef is very helpful. So that's why during my period or before my period, I'll get a burger or I'll go get some beef hot pot because I don't normally eat beef regularly, but I do eat pork regularly. It really does help. Surprisingly, dark turkey meat compared to white turkey meat is higher in iron as well. Another thing that's really helpful for anemia is your organ meats, specifically liver, beef and chicken liver, pork liver too. Chicken liver is especially high in iron. If that's something that you can do, then that is a very great source for iron as well. Now, for shellfish, it can be very helpful, but specifically we have our clams, mussels, and oysters that are higher in iron. For fishes, you have a lot of options, but specifically the higher ones would be tuna, haddock, mackerel, and sardines. So these are your heme iron. And again, these are much more easier to absorb than non-heme iron. I'm not saying it's impossible, but if you're really struggling, you might want to consider adding in more heme iron into your diet. Let's go into non-heme iron. Non-heme iron, again, is plant-based, so it's whole grains, legumes, seeds. I'm really going to focus on the ones that are higher, and I'm going to start with green leafy vegetables because it also helps if we increase more of our fiber into our diet. Green leafy vegetables would be spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collards. In Chinese medicine or Chinese culture, it's well known that sweet potato leaves, they actually just came out with some studies showing that it actually helps with anemia. One thing that I also learned is cooking sweet potato leaves with beef together, and that is extremely effective with your anemia. Other vegetables include your broccoli, Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, and potatoes. I don't think people realize, but potatoes got iron. I love potatoes in all shapes. Legumes, you've got your beans, lentils, chickpeas, peas, and soybeans. Mainly, it's the lentils, tofu, black beans, lima beans that are higher. For Chinese medicine and Chinese culture, red beans are especially helpful. A lot of women, when we're on our period, we're suggested to drink warm or hot red bean soup, and it's something that we do in the winter as well to nourish our blood. They also put other things in there like brown sugar, but specifically the Chinese brown sugar. They also put dates in there and goji berries, so it's a very nourishing soup and drink, and I don't think that's like commonly talked about at all. Surprisingly, cumin and turmeric is also very high in iron. I'm just gonna list a couple other things that are pretty high in iron, like pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, dates, dark chocolate, seaweed, beets, red dragon fruit. Super easy to add pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds into your diet. Sesame seeds is so easy. I'll just add it to my rice. A lot of people will disagree that red dragon fruit is high in iron. I kind of agree with that. It's not as high in iron, but it's very efficient for anemia. A lot of the reasons why fruits do not make it onto this list of high iron foods is because they're considered foods that help you absorb iron because it has more vitamin C in it. So when it has more vitamin C in it and you combine it with iron, you can absorb it a lot better. There's a lot of studies that show that red dragon fruit can help with anemia, so that's why I included it in this list, and it's something that really helped me. Grape juice is also something that really helped me fix my anemia too. I just want to finish off with some extra tips to make this work for you. And first, you want to always pair your iron with vitamin C when you're eating. You can absorb it better. You want to think eating broccoli with chicken or with beef, trying to add bell peppers or tomatoes into your meal, squeezing some lemon on your food. So these are all great options to food combined, so it's more absorbable. You definitely want to avoid drinking tea, coffee, wine, or beer with your iron-rich foods because they contain tannins, and tannins actually block iron absorption, so it will make it harder for you to do that. You want to avoid that with your meal and then try to space it out. Dairy products are something that you want to watch out for because calcium with the iron tends to block iron absorption as well. And lastly, you can try to cook with the cast iron pan or with an iron fish, and that really helps too. Everyone is different. Some things work for others, others don't. So you want to try to find what foods really benefit you and is easily accessible for you to eat on a regular basis. With an anemia diet, these are things that you want to consistently eat. You have to maintain your anemia and your health, and women especially, we need to do that because we have our period every month and we're losing blood. But we have to replenish that every single month. This is why you need to have a balanced diet of iron within your diet, but also making sure you're eating enough of that. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure to save and follow for more tips.